Good morning, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Um, I'm excited to draw with you guys today. It's going to be a nice and spontaneous. Are there any extra supplies you need? Yes. So you can use your iPads, or I'm going to be using actual real paints. So gouache is what I'm going to be using today. But if you don't have gouache, you could use the gouache brush on your iPad. There is that like painting setting. Um, but I figure it would be kind of nice to do a traditional drawing today. So today we're going to be working with traditional medium, and it's spontaneous. Otherwise, I would have given you guys a nice heads up to let you know before. But so if you have any paints or if you have like watercolors or pastels or anything traditional, um, sometimes it's the most fun to do something spontaneous with the traditional media because then it feels it can get a little messy. It can have a lot of different kinds of outcomes, which I really like. Hi, Isabella. Hi, Hadassah. Good to see you guys on here. Here, let me show you. Let's get back into it. All right. So for our morning game plan today, um, you guys are my seasoned students, my star students. Um, but so you guys know what we're gonna do. But if anybody watches this later or is new right now, we start off with our morning art review, which is we look at the art that you guys did last episode. Then we start off with a quote of the day, too, which is a quote that's going to inspire us and get us into a good mindful mindset, which leads us into our morning mindfulness, which is helps us make sure that we're like in a good attitude for drawing. That doesn't mean you have to be happy. I don't think Picasso was happy when he did his blue period. But it's just a mindset that kind of like focuses us onto makes us aware of the emotions we're feeling and aware of how we're gonna like be able to put them onto the page. Then we have two different drawing icons. These two are what we're going to be drawing today. They're kind of like hints at what we're going to be drawing. And in between those two, we do a karate break just to keep our bodies loose so that we don't get all stiff with our drawings because it's important to stay loose. Then we're going to do our challenge of the day, which is I send you guys off with a challenge of something to do after class ends. And then we do our morning mail, which we see if we got any emails or letters from anybody. And then that's it. So our art review, guys, you guys crushed it. This was so much fun to look at your drawings. I loved it. This is Colin's. Colin, I know usually you're on email, so if I see you on your email, I'll respond to you afterwards. But Colin did this amazing frog lady, and so did Zoe too. Which I love the two different styles. They're so fantastic. And then even Zoe's Baby Yodas that she's been making for her mom because I believe her mom loves Baby Yoda. Super cute. And I love how it's like one for every season. It's really cool. And it's cool to be able to do the same thing but repeated, but then changing it up a little bit because that helps you get better without having to worry about the concept part of it. But yeah, you guys did awesome. Very nice job. Right? They're so cute. And the winner for of the 12 Days of the Mandalorian is Hadassah. So I'm glad you're joining today. This is Hadassah's drawing right over here on the far right side. And Hadassah, you won the 12 Days of the Mandalorian Christmas by Emily, teacher Emily. So you're going to be getting that in the mail soon. And she was super excited that to see your drawing one, but also that to give you the book. So good morning, Mo. So Hadassah, you get to you'll be getting your copy of the 12 Days of Mandalorian Christmas soon. Yep. Thank you for joining, Hadassah. Teacher Emily wanted to give you it as a thank you too for doing such an awesome art drawing. And yeah, so congratulations. And hopefully we get to do more of that stuff in the future, more raffles and stuff. I have a lot of guests that I want to join. Unfortunately, today my guest, it was going to be really cool. Her name is Camille, and she's from France. And she was going to draw us the Palace de Versailles, which would have been really so much fun. But then she texted me early this morning, like at 5 a.m., and said that it was raining there, which it happens a lot in France. So hopefully we're going to try for next week to draw from France. And she's going to Zoom us just like Zoe and just like Emily did. But Camille's going to be Zooming us all the way from France. And she's going to go outside and show us how to do some plein air painting, which is where you draw outside and you draw what you see or you paint what you see. So it'll be a really fun class, and it's definitely absolutely worth the wait. And I appreciate you guys for understanding. But unfortunately, it's so rainy that she was like, I could draw from my car, but with all the raindrops, I wouldn't even be able to see them. So we're fingers crossed that next week it stays nice and not rainy in France, and then we can draw with her outside, and that'll be so much fun because then we'll get to like walk around a little bit and see France. Our quote from the day comes from Dr. Seuss, and he says, "Oh, what a day! I will make it a holiday." And if you don't know Dr. Seuss, yeah, it'll be so much fun. Hey, Jet, glad you made it in. So his real name is Theodore Geisel. He was the author, political cartoonist. He actually started by doing political cartoons and then realized that his artwork looked a little bit better for children's books. He's written over 60 books, and you probably know him from either How the Grinch Stole Christmas or Cat in the Hat or Horton Hears a Who. He also did. And this is him when he was, oh, it's rainy in New Jersey too. This is him when he was a boy with his pet dog over there. And then up above me is him in his office in the studio. And while I was looking that up, looking into his stuff, I was thinking, what can we do that's kind of like a holiday theme today? And then looking at his pictures and his whole bowl of over here on this side, his whole jar full of like pencils and stuff. It reminded me that we haven't done a traditional drawing day in a while. So, oh, Hadassah, well, that's a nice little change of pace then. I'm changing it up for a lot of reasons today. But yeah, first quote, "Oh, what a day, I will make it a holiday." That inspired me to write this morning mindfulness. So as we take a moment to breathe, I want you to close your eyes and think of all the things that have already happened today. Some of you are, I'm in Pacific Standard Time, so I'm in California. So right now it's only 10 a.m., but I know some of you guys are across the country or around the world, and it might be later in the day, it might be earlier in the day. When Camille's going to be drawing, we're going to make it a midnight in Paris theme because it's going to be almost midnight her time when it's 10 a.m. our time. But whatever time it is for you today, probably a couple things have already happened. And Dr. Seuss exclaims in his quote how whether it's a good day or a bad day, you can still choose to make it a holiday in your mind. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and especially during the season we're in right now, for a lot of reasons, because it's the holiday, because it's COVID, because of a lot of other things. Right now, a lot of things are happening, which means a lot of things will go wrong too. As we move on to the next portion of class, I invite you to take this opportunity to choose to make the most of this day, regardless of how it started off. And maybe, just maybe, it can be a holiday too, which is a slight quote, nod towards Dr. Seuss's book. So we're going to start off with a concept design. Yeah, and let me know in the comments. That's a great question. What's everybody's holiday plans? What's your favorite holiday movie? Let's look. Here we go. All right, so here's my drawing sheet right here. Wait 1 second. I need to turn it on. There we go. Okay. Here's my drawing sheet. These are my hands with my fuzzy onesie. Ooh, Wonder Woman's going to be cool. Is anybody excited for that new PIXAR movie, Soul? That looks really fun too. Okay, so I have right here my pad, and I have my kit for gouache. And then so here are all my gouache paints right here. But before we get into the painting, I wanted to first sketch out a concept art for a Christmas card or like a holiday card, depending on what holidays you celebrate. Whatever holiday it is, it's always nice to get a card in the mail. And so today we're going to design our own Christmas card or holiday card, sorry. Has anyone else watched The Prom on Netflix yet? No, I haven't watched that yet. Would you recommend it, Isabella? I think Soul might be coming out on Christmas as well. There's a lot of things coming out on Christmas, and a lot of things are getting pushed, which kind of works for everything right now. Like I was excited for the James Bond movie that was supposed to come out, and then now that's actually not coming out as soon as they said. They keep on pushing it. So people all around are having to shift things around just constantly because of COVID and everything going on. But I think Soul is already done because it's an animated movie, and I think they were going to release it on Disney Plus. So I think its plan is because it's an animated movie, it was already finished a while ago, and I think it should be coming out on Christmas. Um, okay, maybe we can do a little like Soul Christmas card because it'll be coming out and it'll be kind of fun to do some research. Okay, let me see. So the idea behind Soul is that somebody in the movie, the main character, um, let's see, Joe is a middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he expected. His true passion is jazz, and he's good. But when he travels to another realm to help someone find their passion, he soon discovers what it means to have a soul. And so the idea is that he actually dies in the movie and goes back to where like souls are created. It's very like um, conceptual kind of and very abstract thought. Um, and what's really cool is the characters, I think, are really fun. And here, let me show you guys. I'm pulling up some pictures right now so you guys can see what the characters look like. They're really goofy looking and very unique. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna draw one of the characters right now, and if you guys look it up, you can see it. Actually, I'm gonna use a Sharpie so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this is the main character, and you guys can look it up. And he's got glasses too, and he kind of looks like an amoeba character. And he's got this little blobby body, which is really cute. All right, let's see. Which is actually a perfect theme for today's class, um, is when things don't go as planned. And he's really blue. Okay, let me see. Oh, thanks, Adassa. Yep, it's a Calvin Hobbes one. Super cute. Um, I love Calvin Hobbes. Me going tonight. I haven't, but I have. Yes. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. And I've seen this happen with a lot of artists where they, if you're an artist, a lot of them, one, you're probably not making a ton of money right off the bat. So I think a lot of them from the start, they would paint these beautiful Christmas cards for their friends and family. And it was really cool because it was just a really unique way. And then once they became like really big and famous and like worked at Disney or something like that, or even like Dr. Seuss, what would happen was is that people would start pulling out all these Christmas cards that they found from their artist friends, um, and and the and it was a really cool thing, and it's a really cool gift to give somebody, especially if you do it traditionally, which is why we're doing it traditionally today. Because um, what if you a human what? Oh yeah. Jet. So this is his soul, but then he actually is a real human with a soul in the movie. But when he dies, he goes into like the other realm where only souls exist, and then he meets other souls. Um, it looks really cool and conceptual, so I don't really know how it's all gonna work out with the story, but I'm really excited to watch it. And it looks like back to the inspiration of what Pixar and Disney used to do. Um, but oh, there's a book too. Okay, I didn't know there was a book. I'll have to check that out. And let me write that down too. There's a book of Soul. Read book. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so with the holidays coming up, I thought it'd be a really good idea for us to do a traditional Christmas card. So I need your guys' help. Yeah. If you watch the trailer, Jet, I think you can, or I mean, sorry, Isabella. If you watch the trailer, he dies and then he goes into the soul world, and that's why he looks like this. So let's do. Actually, no, we'll use this page still. Let's try to design a holiday card with these characters, and you can use any characters that you want. Maybe if you want to do like a Baby Yoda one, like Zoe was doing. It's not long. What do you mean it's not long? The movie or the trailer? The trailer's not too long. So let's try to come up with a design for his character though, and we'll see if we can do. No spoilers. It's in the trailer, so I don't think it's a spoiler because I haven't seen the movie yet. So I hope that that's not everything. All right, so let's say for a Christmas card. And it'll be kind of cool because if you do it with soul characters, it'll be like your head. Oh, maybe he doesn't. I mean, I just assumed that when he falls down like a sewer pit, then he dies, and that's why. Or maybe, or no, maybe I think he's on like he's in a coma, so he's not like awake. But maybe I think that's what it is, right? I don't know if he like dies, because then I think hopefully he comes back to life with like a new. I'm sure there's going to be some other kind of twist in it, because I feel like that's not that big of a twist. Did you guys see it Onward? That had a huge twist. That was crazy. I did not see how that movie was going to end. Onward. That was a really fun movie. All right, let's see. What if we do like a Santa Claus version of Soul, right? So it's like. But it would be all like blue. Might just try. I don't think he died. Yeah, guys. Maybe there's a soul. I hate using puns, but maybe we can think of like a holiday kind of like holiday greetings, something like that. And any suggestions you guys have, I'll try to incorporate into the drawing. Let's see if we have Santa Claus with a soul. Maybe he. Let's see. What are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing good. Okay. The idea right now is we're just trying to come up with the concept, and then we're going to paint it for the second portion of class. I have all these little souls. Santa with his bag of toys. Let's see what we got. All right. And what's cool about this process is the scary part too. Oh, let me here we go. Oh, you just watched the trailer? Great. Okay, I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's better. And what I like about this process, this part of the process of creating a Christmas card or something like that, is that you really don't know where it's going to end up. And so some people, at first, when you're first starting this out, it can be kind of intimidating or daunting because you don't know how it's going to go out. Oh, you're drawing polar bears, so that's a nice one. Um, and when you don't know how something's going to go out, that could be kind of intimidating or scary because right now there's a blank page, or it's like a couple like scribbles on a page, but I don't love any of these scribbles. Um, so what's cool about this process is that you get to experiment and explore. And what's fun about art is that you don't have to worry about um, anything bad happening from your drawings because you're just drawing on a piece of paper. It's a very safe environment to create and experiment and explore. Um, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep on exploring. Um, okay, let's see. If we're going to, I think I need a new piece of paper. If we're going to have this character, you're drawing polar bears. Hadassah, what are your polar bears doing? Jet, are you drawing anything? And Isabella, what are you drawing? Mo, are you drawing anything else too? Let's see. I wonder where Zoe is today. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, let's see. We have our soul character. Wait, are we drawing a soul or something to do with Christmas as a Christmas card? Um, I'm trying to do a collaboration of both because since Soul is going to be coming out on Christmas, I want to do it like a collaboration so that maybe I'll post it like on Christmas Day, like Happy Merry Christmas or something like that. But Hadassah's drawing polar bears. This is just the goal for today is to just draw a Christmas card, a traditional Christmas card. You guys can see my hands while I'm talking. You can draw a Christmas card for somebody that you're going to be able to mail out to somebody. And what's nice is when you send out a traditional card where you've actually painted or colored on it, people usually tend to keep those because it's a lot more sentimental because you actually put a lot of time into it. And I'm planning this Christmas to make a couple cards for a couple friends that I can't be with in person. And so it's nice to give them an actual drawing instead of just like kind of giving them a call. My polar bear is going to be reading by a fireplace wearing a Santa hat. That's so cute. Where are we drawing? Okay. Maybe, okay, since this guy's a saxophone player in the movie, maybe I can trying to gingerbread man sending warmth. Aw, that's actually pretty cute, Mo. Gingerbread man sending warmth. All right. You guys are good. I found that I love the collaboration part. That's part of the reason why I like to teach is because my students always come up with such good ideas and I love the creativity that they have. So let's see. If he's playing the saxophone, what's like a Christmassy thing or like a holiday kind of thing that you can be doing with a saxophone? There we go. This is the other hand. Oh. A gingerbread man sending warmth. That's a good one. I like that because it's not really a pun, but it's also like it works. Unless it is a pun. Is that a pun? Um, something like that. See? But happy holidays. Maybe Christmas song, Christmas cheer, maybe? Holiday cheer. Hmm. Hmm. I might not be able to find the photo, so if that happens, then I'll draw penguin sledding. Wait, I'm going to redraw a photo of my best friend and I and send it to them. Oh, that's so cute. But maybe not be able to find the photo so that it happens. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure your friend will like it either way. It's also nice just to get stuff in the mail. I think that's um, never goes like out of style. Um, Drawing stuff in the mail is always pretty fun. Um, Music in your ear. I'm trying to think of holiday cheer music in your ear. Maybe that's it right there. Cheer. Wishing you holiday cheer and music in your ear. So it rhymes. Maybe that's more. All right. So, um, let's see. Okay, let's see. So if we have Soul, he plays the saxophone. What's cool too is if you look at like the making of the movie, they tried out all these really cool different versions of Soul, of Souls, where they have like yeah, like really crazy colors and stuff. Um, Rocking around the oh, that's good. Rocking around the Christmas tree. I might be able to. Um, Saxophone. All right. I'm doing a quick Google search right now of him playing saxophone. Or wait, does he play the piano? Does he not even play the saxophone? What was I thinking? Well, he's a music teacher. So maybe he just plays them all, and that's what I was getting confused at. Oh no, I think he plays piano. Interesting. Okay. Well, if he plays the piano, then that's a different thing. Um, Rocking around the Christmas tree. I think I like the saxophone, and we're gonna leave it at that. And wait, Jet, you just saw the trailer, right? Does he play the saxophone in the trailer, or is it just the piano? I could have sworn I remembered him playing the saxophone. Anyway, okay. So what we're gonna do is on this is some light watercolor paper. It's not. It's just more like a mixed medium paper. Here we go. So now I'm going to fold this in half right here. Just showing you how to make a quick impromptu Christmas card. And I've made so many of these for friends and family over the years, and for birthdays and stuff. And it's always so much fun because it's a nice little project for me to do. And they always usually keep it for a long time because it's so like unique, you know? Um, And we're gonna like first lay it out and on this page with a pencil, and I'm going to gouache over it, and then I'm going to go over it with like a Sharpie marker probably and do like an outline. I'll check. It's a piano. It's a piano? Okay. Oh, you think it was both? Okay. You know what I think I'm going to do? I like this sketch better. And normally I would like lightbox it, but just for time, I'm just going to paint over this, and then we'll erase the other stuff, and we can even do like the letters in gouache too. So I'm going to grab my eraser. I thought it was right there. Okay, it's not. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to paint over it with gouache. But for right now, let's pause and let's do some morning karate. Here we go. All right. So again, if you haven't seen these pictures yet, if you haven't been here in a while, this is little teacher Noah doing karate as an orange stripe belt. This is the dojo that I would go to. And then I grew up and I ended up teaching there, which was kind of cool. So let's get into it. All right. So we're going to pause, take a breather from doing karate. I mean, from drawing. We'll let our brains kind of like settle and percolate on it, and then we can come back to it like fresh and ready to go. And what's nice about that is sometimes our brains work on things in the background without even us knowing, and then we'll be able to come up with like even better ideas or like see it from a new light. Okay, so here we go. Let's do some stretches first. So stretch out your arms like this. He plays the piano jet. But does he play the saxophone too, or just the piano? Let me know. You can stretch your arms like this too. Perfect. All right, and rotate your head around too, so your neck is nice and loose. Because a lot of times you kind of like lean your neck down when you're drawing, and that's not good. All right, let's start with our kicks, which are right up here. Kicks right there. So put your hands up and front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. Did I get anybody with the back kick? That was a pretty slow one. Now we're going to do blocks, which are right here. Here we go. Ready? Sensei says cross blocks. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says parry. Sensei says down block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says cross block. Middle block. Down block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Side kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Rising block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Front kick. Did I get anybody yet? All right, let me know. Now we're going to add the punches, which are right here, and like the attacks and stuff like that. So we have straight punch, we have spear hand, we have heel palm, we have hammer fist, we have back fist, and we have shuto, reach hand like this, and vertical fist, which is just from right here. Okay. All right. He knows saxophone, but he doesn't play it. Okay. I think that I'm okay to use the saxophone. I think it'll be kind of cool to see him playing a different instrument maybe then. And I think it fits better for like the card for him to be just holding an instrument. Guitar would be kind of cool, but I feel like saxophone has a better like flow to it. Okay, so since Isabella, you're still in, very nice. All right, I mean I'm not surprised, you're always in. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says shuto. Ridge hand. Sensei says ridge hand. Sensei says ridge hand. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says middle block. Middle block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says front kick. Side kick. Back kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick. Back kick. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says Shuto, vertical fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says Shuto. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says parry. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick, back kick. Whew. All right, I'm getting tired. Are you guys out yet? Did I get anybody out? Let me know. All right, I think it's time to switch back. Let's go to our drawing, and we're going to do some gouache over it. I really like this sketch, and I don't like the way the other one was coming out. And maybe if we had a little bit more time, I would try to redraw it again. But I think I can make this one work without messing it up too much. So I have a picture of him drawn up on the side. We're going to start with some gouache. I want to show you guys what you do with gouache. And also, I recently got these. Well, let me see. I recently started using my gouache. There we go. So I'm actually just learning how to use them too, because I never really did them in college. So here we go. Squirt some in here. And it looks like regular paint. But what's cool is that gouache is a nice little mix between watercolors and oil paints. So you can mix them around a lot. And they're a little bit like acrylics too, because they dry pretty fast, which is nice. And so you could paint over them, unlike watercolors. There we go. You could paint over them like watercolors, which means that you can go dark colors first and then light colors if you want, which is really nice. Ooh, that's a little poopy, that one. A little liquidy. He teaches band. That's fine. Okay, thanks, Jet. I'm glad I got your seal of approval for that one. Jet, what are you going to draw for your Christmas card? Okay, there we go. Some green in there. I'm actually not even paying attention to what colors I need. I think I just need green, blue, and yellow, not red, and definitely white, though. All right, and here's my white. Oh, no, don't be... Okay. And white is the one that you always want the most of, because it's easily diluted into the other colors. Okay. Okay. Are you drawing a reindeer? Plaint? What's plaint? Did I say plaint? And you're just making a joke about it? Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to start with a nice big brush, dipping my brush in my water. Okay. And this guy, he starts off his base color. You want to definitely not smell it correctly. The main color for this soul character is kind of like this aqua blue, green color. So I'm going to mix some. Oh, I should have started with white though. Oh, and let me get my rag too. Okay, here we go. I'm back. I have my paper towel that I can dip my brush in once I clean it. That way it's all clean. Let me grab some white here. Now I'm mixing. And what's actually cool too, I realize, is just now is that I shouldn't have done it over that orange, because that orange will seep into the color that I'm trying to mix right now. So I should have done it more on, let's see, this side right here. This is the right side, yeah. Get a little bit of that blue. Maybe just a little bit yellow too. All right, let's try that. Okay, this is a little bit too dark, so I'm going to make it lighter. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Hold on. Let me move it up. But what's really cool about gouache is that it comes on so thick and light. I'm not good at spelling things correctly. That's okay. Okay, here we go. Is that it comes on so thick, and it looks just like it's like already flat color, which is really cool. So I'm going to paint the basic shape for this guy with my gouache. And what's great about this as opposed to watercolors is that this one, we could always paint over it. So we could always change it up as we need to. My is of no grammar. What? Okay. There we go. And I have a little brush once we get into the details of his face. But for right now, let's just do that. Oh, and you can see inside his glasses. Let's do a little bit of the saxophone color. So we have the yellow. You can mix it in with this orange, or this red color a little bit. There we go. That way you guys can see. And now we'll do a saxophone color. And we could have it overlap just a little bit too. That way, make sure there's no like blank spaces. And we could always clean it up afterwards. All right. Wait, you can see his eyes? Yeah, yeah. He is, and wait. Oh, I gotta catch up on a punch. Okay. Isn't he blue? I think he is. Yeah, he is, and his shade is green. He's glowing greenish blue. Blue. Wait, you can see his eyes. Yeah. So I'm gonna color over it, and so that's what's neat about gouache, as I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. So now this part is already almost dry, a little bit. It's not totally dry, but it's a little. It's enough dry that we can paint over it. So let's go. I want to make it a little bit more turquoisey blue and a lot more white. See, that's why you always need so much white, because the white really does it just absorbs all the color so quickly. We need like just a slight. Right now I'm just going to put in like the brightest colors and the darkest colors, and then we'll do the shading in afterwards. You know what we actually should have done is done the background first. And the saxophones are a little bit more yellow. Yes. You know what we're going to do? I want to show you guys a little trick too. Okay. We're going to let this guy dry for a second. I'm going to put him over here. What's cool with gouache is that you can really go, let's see. So right now I'm trying to mix like a dark blue color, so I'm mixing a little bit of green in there. You can even add a little bit of red in there too. Okay. And that's really nice, even just seeing the blue on the back. I mean, at the bottom of that, right there. Look at that, so cool. Let me move my, there we go. And what's cool is that you can even use gouache as watercolors too. So if you add more, it becomes even more liquidy, which is nice. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry for a second, and then we will paint over it with our lighter color. I can't eat something until class is over. It's torture. Why can't you eat something until class is over, Jet? Is that like you said that with yourself you won't eat anymore until it's over? Okay, don't worry. We're going to draw his eyes in here in a second. Oh, your dad won't let you? Okay. Right now, I think this is going to become our test one. We're just going to test it out and figure out exactly the colors that we want, which is good to do a little color study too. Okay, here we go. Okay. And what's cool is that once, like, we could just test that one out and use that as a color study. And right now, this is pretty much all dry enough. So now we can actually go over it, and this is going to look really cool. I'm going to show you guys. So when we draw on a white background, it really is this like light turquoisey color. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you guys are so funny about the cheetahs. All right, here we go. And I think it's picking up a little bit of the white, the blue underneath it. That's okay. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to look a little bit more like it's glowing, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to leave this one right here because we're pretty much out of time right now. And we'll finish this one later. But if you look, right, it looks a little bit more closer to like what we're going for. And I'm going to show you what you can do right here, since I believe these are pretty much done. Normally you would wait until it's like actually done. But you could draw over it once it's completely dry, and it'll look really great. And that's what I'm going to do with this guy, with this one too, because I think this one's starting to really look like, and then once I do like a little feather on the edges like that to make it look like it's glowing, I think it'll look pretty good. Okay, and really quick before we finish, I want to show you guys one last thing. Let's get out of this karate. We did our final painting. And remember, send me your stuff so I can see it for this week. Our challenge of the day is to actually send somebody you care about a traditionally painted card this holiday season. So just send one card and see how it goes. And then, and if you like it, you can send them more. Yeah, and if you didn't, at least you brightened up somebody's day a little bit. Our star student for today's morning mail is Zach C., which I don't know if I saw him in here today, but he sent a really great letter. He said, "Hi, Teacher Noah. I'm glad I was able to join the class last week. It was very interesting. Teacher Emily was a great guest teacher. I love Star Wars and The Mandalorian, and I'm excited to find out what the surprise will be." So the students that were able to participate in class last week are going to get a special something in the mail if you sent me your address via email. And Teacher Emily wanted to send you guys like a little thank you gift. So she's going to be sending that in the mail soon. And then Zach said, "Thank you for doing these classes. They're really fun. Your student, Zach." Zach, you're so welcome. And I'm so glad that you joined and got to participate, especially since you love Star Wars and The Mandalorian, because so does Teacher Emily a lot. Next week. Before we get into next week, remember, thumbs up this video if you can. Subscribe if you haven't. Donate. There's like a link below. That way we could do like more cool art stuff. And comment below what you'd like to draw. Let me guys know what you'd like to be drawing in 2021. I have some. Oh, Zach, you are here. Okay, great. Thanks, Zach, for that letter. And yeah, let me know, guys, comments on what you guys would like to draw. I have some suggestions that we haven't done yet. I have dragon prints. We have dinosaurs we want to draw. Types of weather, I think. Spiderwick Chronicles. A series of unfortunate events. Background scenes. Let me know what you guys would like to draw. Can we still send our address if we didn't send our drawing? She only has so many stickers, but if I reached out to you via email, which I think I did, Isabel, I think you were one of the ones that I did reach out to, so you could still send your address, and she hasn't sent them out yet. So you guys can send that in if you would like. But don't worry, we're going to do a lot more fun stuff like that in the future. And next week, this is my guest star, Camille. This is her children's book that she wrote and illustrated called Will and Isabel. And it's about a little girl and a little robot that was abandoned. And then if you look right here, there we go, right here. This is the Palace de Versailles. And so that's the statue, and she's going to be drawing it. And it looks really cool at night. So she's going to be painting with us. And hopefully, if it's not raining next week, we can do that. Big City Greens. What is Big City Greens? Zach. Big City Greens. I'm writing it down right now. City Greens. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can totally email me. If not, I will see you guys next week, and hopefully it won't be rainy. We can draw with Camille, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys later. Bye.